Hey everyone, welcome back to another lesson here in the channel. Today we're going to be talking about how product research will be changing on Amazon in 2021. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in watching, be sure to stick around to the end. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. But without further ado, let's just get right into it. I'm going to start off by giving you a prime example of what's going to change in 2021. Not that I know what's going to happen in 2021, but this is been a general trend that's happening on Amazon for a long time now. And I think that is search volume is a very rather unimportant factor compared to sales. But I think something that's, why don't we do this? We'll do this. Come down here. I think something that's important is selling in this range, not this range. Okay. That basically sums up today's video. I think that the name of the game on Amazon now is securing a 35-40% net margin, even 30% net margin in a $5,000 to $9,000 a month market in revenue, profiting several $1,000s per month, and really just focusing on building these small little, or planting these small little seeds all over Amazon's marketplace. I think you're going to get destroyed as a new seller with the level of knowledge that's available now, the years of people tracking down the best strategies, people developing the best systems. There are some fine-tuned sellers out there, right? And I don't say that to scare you, but I say that to motivate you towards finding the proper place to get your footing. So we'll back out. We'll start doing some product research here, just some light product research. I just realized that that was monthly units. That was supposed to be revenue, by the way. If you're confused by that, I don't want you to sell 5,000 to 9,000 units per month. Definitely not 50,000, 90,000 units per month. I want you to be selling, I don't care what you're selling, but this is what I'm saying in this video, $5,000, $9,000 in revenue. So sorry if that was confusing. Here, actually, we'll fill this out right now. It should look something more like this, and this will be just as good of a comparison. Maybe we'll go 150 units per month to 300 units per month, 5 to 10 sales per day on any individual product, not 1,500 to 3,000, right? You don't need 50 to 100 sales a day to be a successful Amazon seller. So let's take that back. Let's go back in that range. We'll stick with this search volume range. And again, the same example applies here. By just adding zeros, 10,000 to 50,000 search volume, well, guess what? There's generally not products that have 40,000 search volume that aren't going to be competitive soon or aren't already competitive. So that's why I use that sometimes as a reference. Though, if you find a well-selling product, sales rank is far more important than search volume, because we could figure out where to get those sales from if they are in fact ranking for a certain number of things. We could do strategies that we have. Reverse ASIN searches, figure out where they're getting those sales. Now, let's talk about price a little bit. We talked about price in a video this week or last week. I don't know. I think that also where most people, or the typical competitive nature of Amazon, is this like $14.99 to like $24.99 market. I think going lower in monthly sales and monthly revenue and going higher in the price range, again, we're breaking out of that normal strategy that hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands of sellers are taking active pushes on. So let's go with something like maybe $32 minimum and then like a $78 maximum, right? That's the upper end of where most people would be looking. What you could also do is you could be even more aggressive. Maybe $62 minimum or $52 minimum, and then $108 maximum, right? So you're looking in the top half of where all sellers are really focusing most of their energy on. Now, if you have a smaller budget, don't let this scare you, because again, in this pricing video that I talked about, you can still launch more expensive products with a smaller budget by ordering fewer units, okay? But make sure if you're going to order fewer units, the market as a whole sells fewer units. You don't want to go out of stock for extended periods of time. But just for the sake of today's video, let's back down a little bit. We'll go to our original example, 32 to 78. We'll stick with our 1,000 to 5,000. Go to the review count. And again, I'm okay with going into slightly more established markets, actually. Maybe we'll go 100 and or 50 to 172. Just because reviews are good doesn't mean that customer is super happy with all the options that are available. There could be one specific variation of a product that indeed is good. That doesn't mean that the customer wouldn't like to have additional options, additional bundles, etc. So only thing left to do is something like categories. Go into categories, home and kitchen, industrial, kitchen dining, some patio, lawn and garden, office products, and tools and home improvement. We'll do that. That looks good to me. We're going to go ahead and we're going to hit search. This is what I'm using pretty much right now as a criteria set for the most part. How I'm approaching my product research in 2021. I'm no longer just launching products on Java Products. My business partner and I have opened a entirely new company that has a completely different storefront name. We went through the process with Amazon of getting that second Seller Central account. So I'm spending a lot of time thinking about how I want to build out that company and that brand as well. So I'm in the process of doing a lot of product research now. That's where the inspiration of this video came. And go through here. Notice one thing that I did is I sorted by search volume. So maybe I'm looking for all of the things that are closest to 1,000 searches per month first. And there's no real reason for doing that. I just find that sometimes when I go in order like this, it's a little bit easier on my mind. Earth rug, fire resistant. Okay, cool. So as you guys know, I'll just add that to my list. I'll select it. Bird throw blanket. It's pretty specific. I think that'll probably be a very subjective market. Different designs, different birds. It'd be hard to get that one right. We will look through here again. Personalized corner. I don't even know what that is. The monthly revenue looks really strong. The monthly sales looks good. The price is great. Reviews are good. I like that. Keep going. We obviously don't want to do anything seasonal. Really want to look for things that are non-commodities. Look for things that you can't just go to Target and buy. Sushi dinnerware set, perfect. Can't go to Target and buy that. And then anything that has a specific ask from the customer in it is a really good place to start. All right, so when a customer basically says like black and gray striped rustic tray, all right, now we can go through and we could see, okay, 1,000 people are looking for that. How many black and gray striped variants of this product are there? And if there's only 1 or 2 and those are doing great, or even if there's 8 or 9 and those are all doing fairly well, that's a really good indication of what it's going to look like for us when we join there. Woodpecker clamping square. I think Woodpecker is a brand, but maybe that's a style. So that's something I would look into, right? I wouldn't just write it off immediately. Pretty sure it's a brand though. Pen blanks for wood turning. Okay, really cool. Again, I don't think that's seasonal. I don't really know what it is. I don't think you can just walk down the street and buy it. It seems pretty niche. That's something I'm going to select. I'm going to keep looking through here. Now, I wanted to give you a personal assignment. I want you to go do this task. Look through here, use a criteria similar to this, and then add those keywords to your list and try and look for a product that you think would be worth selling. It's good to just use product research. It's like a muscle, right? The more you work it, the better you can get at it. There is a certain aspect of product research that is just time and energy. So that's why I wanted to kind of get out here and make this video and tell you, hey, coming towards 2021, I mean, really one of the big things that's going to change is you have to change. So make sure you're doing enough product research. And it doesn't have to be hours a day. It doesn't have to be weeks of research. It could be as simple as forming a habit of, while you're drinking your morning coffee, for 20 minutes, you do product research and you build things on your list. Within a month of doing that, I mean, you're going to have 100 ideas to look through. And maybe not all good ideas, but you'll have the raw data to look at, and then you can make decisions based off of that. So that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and click the bell icon down below so you don't miss any videos by me in the future. As always, I'll see you here on the channel again this week for another video. Thanks so much for watching. Later.